Hello everybody, it's Christy. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. It's Fun Friday. Fun Friday is back, y'all, and so am I. So today we are going to be making something for Halloween. It's going to be somewhat functional and cute. So when you come and say hello, we are going to be using one of these Dollar Tree mirror frames. Now you don't have to use this particular, this is just what I have available on hand. I wanted to make it kind of inexpensive for you, and I do have quite a few of these. You can even do this with those little little oval trays, if you not trays, oval frames if you want. You guys, I am so sorry. I'm gonna be off. I don't know. I'm just exhausted. I'm so tired. This week killed me. Just basically killed me. But I am here. Hi, Sam. How are you? You told me hi before Facebook even told me you were here. So we're going to be working with this today, but I wanted to kind of get my painting over and done with prior to us doing the actual craft part. Hi, LaFran. How are you? And I am so dehydrated, so I'm going to be trying to drink. Hi, Joyce. So when you guys come in, say hello. Now, I do want to let you know we will be dolling this up a little bit, but I wanted to ask you guys ahead of time because I have a couple different pumpkins that I want to use, and since I'm going to be painting those first, I wanted to ask you which ones we should use. So should we use this pumpkin? Should we use this pumpkin? Oops. Or should we use this pumpkin? What do you guys think? I kind of am leaning toward this pumpkin because it is special. This is something that I may or may not keep. I'm not sure. But this one's kind of special because it did come from Joann's. R.I.P. Joann's. And then these are from like the little garlands. Hi, Tony. Hi, Mom. And then this one is also from Joann's. This one's a little bit wider, but it might block the view of what we're looking at. So what do you guys think I should do? I'm going to go ahead and get my stuff together. I'm going to grab my paper towels, which I think are in here somewhere, or not. Let's see. There we are. I'm going to grab my paper towels just so I have a couple out because we are going to be painting. So you guys let me know what you think. We're going to be using some wire and possibly some Excelsior, which I'll get in a minute. So, you guys, what we are going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. I have some other things, and this just kind of like popped into my head. It was actually inspired by Donna, and Donna doesn't even know it yet, but Donna went from a Cypress Design. She made something the other day. This is not the same thing, but it actually sparked an idea in my head. Hi, Lori, my beautiful Lori, with Lori the Resiliently Crafting. How are you? Okay, you guys, while we're deciding on that, I'm going to go ahead and take this. Oh, look, it just came off so good. It is a little warm in my craft room. That might be why. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and paint this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, you guys. So what I am using today is Pumpkin by Waverly, and I am using some white wax. The white wax is going to go on first, and I'm going to dry it, and then we're going to put this on, and it's just to give it a little bit of texture. We're going to, just kind of play with it today. And this is by Waverly as well. Everything Waverly is usually found at Walmart. If your Walmart doesn't carry it, it is available online. And I'm getting just another paintbrush here that I can use. This one's actually probably good for the white wax. So how is everybody's week? Hello, Crafting with the Southern Belle. How are you? Excuse my wrinkly apron, you guys. It's been a hot minute since I wore this apron, and it was buried behind my husband's and I's apron. So I am just putting on some white wax to this. Or no, it's technically white wax, but it's just Waverly wax. And I'm just going to kind of give it a coat because this will make it look a little bit more textured when we put our orange on, our pumpkin orange. And depending on how you would like it, I mean, you can put a couple coats on it, or you can just put one. We're just going to put one. I might do 2 coats of the Waverly. Hi, Shonda. Shonda, I know I have to send you a message. Hi, Linda. How are you? We are actually not paper crafting tonight. Can you imagine that? What do you think? Yes, Christy still crafts normal things, although paper crafts are probably my favorite. All right, I'm going to dry this off real quick, you guys. This is the easy part. Linda, how are you? What are you doing this weekend? I was supposed to go see a family member, but I don't know if I'm going to go see her now. And my husband has to start his night shift, so he's going to like get some rest and start getting on his schedule. Starting tonight, I think. So I hope you guys are doing well. Does anybody have any plans this weekend? Next weekend I will not be around. I am going away. It's going to be fun. Waverly does not take long at all to dry. So we don't even need it completely dry. Because we are going to put another coat on that. So we don't even need it like really that dry. Oh, and look at this. This is brand new. I thought it was. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. That's okay. We're going to put this here. And you guys, I don't like to waste paint. So we're going to put some on here. Now, if you find that your paint is a little too thick, you can always add a tad bit of water to it. I'm told distilled water, but I really don't know if it matters too much. So just add a little bit of water to it and it should thin it up a little bit because sometimes it does get thick. They always say don't shake the paint, but I don't know what it does or what it doesn't do. So, and remember, we are putting it on wax, so you're going to have to put a nice little coat on here. And we're just going to kind of stroke one way, and it's okay if we can still see some of that wax coming through. That's the point. It's okay. I just PM'd you. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yes, I have to get that link for you because I need you to sign up on the thing. Or I can sign up for you. I need your actual birthday, though. I know it was last month. I'm good. I made a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ATCs. Yukon Cornelius? Oh, my gosh. I have to see this, Linda. We're doing Christmas already? That's crazy, you guys. I know. It's almost time. All right, I'm doing this part first just because this needs to dry and stuff. It puts air bubbles in it? Really? I've added regular water. It molded on me, so you always use distilled. Oh, very good. Okay, thank you so much, Linda, or Lori, because I have not, I had never heard of that before. But thank you. That is very good to know. I mean, if you're down to the nitty-gritty, I guess you can put water in it if you're like at the end. Not at work. Yay. Sharon's not at work. I'm loving it. Okay. So what I may do, I'm going to put this to the side. That's the only painting part that I'm going to do at this moment. I may decide something in a little bit, but we'll see. Hey, Missy BFF. Hey. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let that kind of sit here for a minute. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to just dry it just a little bit, just to help it along. I love the texture it does to it, though, mixing with the wax. And we're going to wax it up a little bit more. You have 200. Oh, Linda. You're surpassing me, girl. See, that's why I told you you need your own page. Hi, Robbie. How are you? I think you guys are going to like this craft. We're just getting the nitty-gritty stuff done real quick here. So, I need a bigger table space, you guys. I've got all this stuff everywhere. I did bring my Rainbow Bright cards in here to show you guys, though. You never get notified? Robbie, are you on Telegram? Because I'm on Telegram. It's my same name that I use on here. You have to join my Telegram. I know I missed you last night, Robbie. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? You guys, I know I'm a few days late with the, I got paint all up in here. My goodness. I know I'm a few days late with mailing out your packages, but I promise it's going to be worth it. And you'll get them in time because our August isn't till, I think it's like, or September isn't till like later on in September, like the first Thursday. So, well, you'll get them in plenty of time. I will make sure of it. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to put this aside and now we're going to get out the real craft. And I'm actually going to just keep this right on here because I don't need to paint anymore at this moment. All right, so now I'm going to show you what we are using today. Now, I already showed you guys, we're using one of these Dollar Tree. Hi, sweet Megan. We're using these Dollar Tree, like little mirror things. I got a couple of these when they first came out. I think they were around Mother's Day, and I have so many, and I had to do something with them. And I think this one will work pretty good for you guys. But if you do not have this type of frame, you can use any frame or any shadow box or anything like that, because that's kind of what we're making today. So this craft was inspired by, it's not the same thing though, by my lovely friend Donna with Cypress Designs. And if you don't follow her, you should, because she's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put some stuff over here. Pretend you didn't see that. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. I do not need this right now. Okay. So I am using this fabric. You do not have to do this in Halloween if you don't do Halloween. I know I like the mirror too. I don't know what I'm going to do with the mirror. I'm going to have to figure that out. Thank you for opening the craft box. So you do not have to do this craft with Halloween. I'm just doing Halloween because I think it's going to be cool for what we're going to do. I got this from Joann's. R.I.P. Joann's. And I plan on, because I do headbands and stuff, I wore this on purpose to show you guys. Like I do like headbands and stuff. So I plan on making some of these into headbands. But it just reminds me of that Apothecary, if that's how I'm saying it right. And I just really, really love it. So what I did was I just kind of measured, I put my frame over my fabric, and I did that earlier because I would have been a mess otherwise. And I just kind of made myself a little square because you're going to need some extra around the edge. And you'll see why here in a second. And I hope I put enough on there. So what I'm going to do is I took out the mirror piece and I'm only using the back of it. Okay. Doesn't matter if you use the black or the brown, because none of it is going to really show. So we're going to probably put the black toward the back so it's nicer looking. So what I'm going to do is I am going to line up some of this. It lost me. What is the name of this? Batting. Thank you. Batting. I like that material. I have some of that. I know you do, Sharon. I'm the one who probably got it for you. No, I'm kidding. Where were you when I needed to know the name of this? I'm just teasing. I was still trying to remember. I have this batting. Now, if you do not have batting, you could use a piece of felt, or you could even use some polyfill. And there's a reason why we're not going to stuff it too much. Okay. We're just kind of doing a nice little layer. You know, that little layer of, it would totally make a cute headband. I know I'm going to make some. You know that stuff that's in a jewelry box that's very, very thin, but it's like flat? It's almost like fake snow. If you guys ever see like fake snow, it makes good insides. So pick that up if you'd like. All right, so what I'm going to do is I have my glue tool out and it's on. Yay, Christy's doing good so far. I'm going to go ahead and line up my pieces and I'm going to put it in on top of this. I'm just going to glue it down. As I go, I'm going to cut the pieces that I don't want off because I happen to have a big long strip because I actually have some batting that I used when I did my little bunnies, but I didn't want to grab the whole thing out. So Sharon actually gives me these strips because I make key fob things for them. So I'm just using my strips when I'm cutting them. So you want to get them as close together though, because you don't want little gaps in here. And I'll show you why in a second. So I'm just going to kind of line them up. But if you have a piece of felt, maybe double it up even, because this is a little thicker than a piece of felt. Hi, Sarah. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of line up what I need. So I'm going to go ahead and come in here, and you can even glue it down first and then go around and cut off what you don't need, which I'll probably do here. Okay, so just that long little strip covered the inside of this. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this. And I apologize if I've got to do this a little funky sometimes. And I'm probably going to need more glue too. But that's all right. I got some glue. I hate when it runs out of glue at the most like tedious part though. That's the only thing that bothers me about this kind of thing. All right, so that's all we're doing. We're just gluing right now. Gluing the inside. You can move it around if you want. All right. That should be good. I'm going to go ahead and just glue it on the cardboard, make it a little bit easier, because I already know where I want it to line it up. Sorry if this part is boring, but it comes with the craft. Sometimes there's boring stuff in crafting, but it's okay. You learn to love it at the end. You want it on there pretty good too. Oh, it's right here. I was like, where'd my piece go? You don't want anything hanging off the edges, but if you do get a piece hanging off the edge, you can do it backwards and then cut it. That'll be fine. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Oh, you're just talking. Okay. I'm just making sure, y'all. Just making sure you're still here. If you have a bigger glue gun, it's going to work better. But this is just the glue gun that Christy has out because I haven't used a hot glue gun in a hot minute. No pun intended there. Look, you guys, I'm making myself Halloween nails. Actually, I got a new set of, I'd use the stickers when I use my nails, because I don't get my nails done at all. Never have, never will. And I use the stick-ons, and I love the stick-ons. They last a long time, even with crafting. Okay. So now we're going to lay that on there. You don't want a lot of, you don't want a big layer either. So you want it nice and flat so it's all kind of even. Like this. Okay? Now, Christy's going to get the glue off of her. And if you guys can't tell, I was working on ATC card kits today. You can just look at my hands and you can see it. What can I say? All right, so you can even go in a little bit. You don't have to go to the very edge. So now we have a little bit of padding on the inside of our frame. And there is a little bit of the dots. This is actually where your frame will go back in place on the back to attach to it. So you do want to cut those pieces out because you don't want those in the way. And I think I'm good on the bottom piece. So let me just cut this one out. I don't know if I've ever seen this before, and it's going to be very different for some of you, but if you're not used to me, I'd like to do different here. Different in a good way, though. I mean, hopefully a good way. Okay. So, I am going to need more glue. So, now we're going to go ahead and if you want to iron it, you can iron it. I just didn't iron it. No rhyme or reason, guys. I don't have a reason. But I would say if it's a very wrinkled piece, if it's very wrinkled, you can go ahead and iron it. This isn't really wrinkled. It's just like a little fold right there. But we're going to pull it tight anyway. So that's not really going to matter. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it upside down. And we're going to tug at this a little bit. Now, some of it is going to hide behind this frame. So it's okay. But we're going to just kind of tug it. I would say start on one side. Make sure you're kind of even too. So you have enough on all sides. Even if it, you know. But another thing you have to look at is when you have something that has lines like that, you want to make sure that when you place this on here, that your shelving is also straight, which I kind of eyeballed that already. And then you want to just kind of line it up how you want it, which this to me is perfect. So you can start there to kind of hold it in place. So it doesn't shift around. You don't want anything shifty. And you do not need a lot of hot glue. For this, you could use like the end of your scissors or whatever you have to kind of push it flat. But that's why you can iron it too. Okay, perfect. I didn't cut it too short, I don't think. Yeah, okay. All right, so now we can kind of come in here and we're gonna kind of trim and tuck and trim and tuck. And you'll see kind of, I'm just gonna do it. There's really no way to explain this part. You guys will just kind of have to see for yourself. So you don't want to tuck it all the way, but and it does not have to be perfect because remember, it's going to hide behind that frame and you're going to decorate it anyway around the edges. So it'll be fine. And you guys tell me if you're going to make one of these. And I'll show you what it's purposeful here when we're all done. It does have a purpose though, I promise. Sandra, I'm so happy you're here. Poor Sandra hasn't been able to, she's been so busy she hasn't been able to watch anybody, you guys. Megan, I'm happy you're here. I did not get to see your finished product today because I was in the middle of lunch break and I had to run somewhere, but I'm sure it's beautiful and I can't wait to go back and watch the replay. All right, so you see how I'm just kind of putting a little, it's kind of like wrapping a present. You just kind of cut it so you can kind of tuck it. When you do not have a very like horizontal piece like I do with the shelves, you don't have to worry about getting it straight. But that's why you want to kind of line it up too. This one should not take very long, you guys, honestly. It's just a lot of gluing. Now I'm going to do I'm going to cut that little corner piece. Now, when you're on this part, this is where you want to start tugging it a little bit. Me too. I know I miss watching everybody. I know. I feel like summertime is a really busy time for like everybody. I think everybody will be back in the swing of things once we get to like fall and Christmas crafts though. Okay, So this is where you want to start tugging just a little bit, not too hard because you don't want to unglue it, but you want to tug it so it's nice and clean and straight in the inside, okay? Just like you would for like anything else. Hopefully this will turn out really neat for you guys and you guys will like it. I just realized we're doing this, so I may have to put another back on it, but it's all right. Maybe we'll put the mirror part on the back. I think I'm going to get my... Don't want to burn myself. Now, obviously, you don't want to put this in a hot room because that glue gun will, or the glue will melt and then it won't, you know, be together anymore. But, and truthfully, you could, you know, put anything here on the back of it if you wanted to, but no one's really going to see the back. Piece up a little bit so I can kind of have that going that way. Hi, Jessica. We're making a cute Halloween frame. It doesn't have to be Halloween either. But when I saw this fabric, I thought it was so cute, and it's kind of perfect for like this type of like project that we're doing. And I'll show you why here in a second. Oh my goodness. This glue is so stringy. All right, last little bit right here. Now, I know we covered the holes, so we need to find them again. And then I'm going to use my pokey tool, which I just had last night. There we go. To kind of find them again and just to kind of poke a hole in before you go too far. And you could always, you know, hold it up and like feel for it. Don't put your finger in the way though. We don't want you to poke your finger. Okay. And I think these down here are just grooves. We may cut those out too, but I'm just getting the hang of this right now. Where the piece is. Oh, that's right there. Okay. Okay. Now, for this particular frame, I did take it apart. So there. Hi, Carrie. Oh, hello, Sam. Hi, Melissa. Oh my gosh, I've been ignoring y'all. I'm so sorry. I've been focused. Okay. So this is the little piece that held that together, but that's all right. So we can even glue this back together if we really wanted to. It's really not going to matter too much. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put my piece back in here. And where those little holes are, you can always, it'd be helpful if I take that darn thing off. You could always tuck it under it too. And that just kind of holds it in place. No one's going to see the back side, but if it really bothers you, you could actually put your mirror on the back side. But we've already kind of added some layers to this, so this little plastic thing is only going to go so far. But if you're working with a regular frame and you're doing this with a glass piece, you wouldn't put the glass piece on. You're going to keep that glass piece off. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now we have a cute little frame, and I think I did a pretty good job straightening those out. Hi, Mary. How are you? So now we have like the straight little things, and look at the kitty cats and everything. So what I'm going to do, just for the live purposes, is if you have, this was a hangy thing. You can hang it if you wanted to. Oops. Just don't lose that. Because that little hole is right in there. Let's just do that, just so I can show you. And I got my little screwdriver here. Let me cut this away a little bit. But we're not going to hang it. We're actually going to, but you can if you wanted to. This is the beauty of this craft. I might hang it up and show you guys when it's all done. Seasonal, yes. I love those mirrors. I wish they didn't make them. Yeah, you love the fabric. Hi, Mary. I want to say that they're trying to come up with better ones, but you guys, recently, I was in the Dollar Tree, and the lady that worked there, she said that they barely have anything coming in for any of the holidays anymore because, you know, of the tariffs or whatever. So it's hard, you know. Okay, so there's that. So this is what I would like to do. I'm going to take my little pumpkin over here. He is just about dry, and we're going to put a little bow and some fancy stuff around here, and then I'm going to show you what I want to use this for, because this is cute in itself for any type of, if you really like something fabric, it's really cute in itself. But we're going to make a little bow. Use my little bow tapper for that. And I happened to grab some fabric that matched this perfectly, which also came from Sharon. So we have kind of a summerween type vibe going on. But I want to add just a touch of vintage because it is still a vintage thing. You guys, I don't even want to touch this frame. I think it's really cute the way it is. We may add some dark wax to it though, because I want to add some to this. So let me dress my pumpkin up though a little bit. Do you guys like this? Can you guys see? You need a fake spider. I don't want a spider on it. I know there's a spider web, but I don't want a spider on it. I don't know what else I want on it, but you guys will see what I mean. All right. I'm gonna get my waxes out. We're gonna wax on, wax off for a minute. Let's see. I know I used one of these. I think it was this one. It's gonna be this one now for my dark wax. So we're gonna put, hello, Miss Andrea. How are you? Oh, you know what, you guys? No, I didn't. I used one of these. I didn't use this last time. I used one of these. And I can't find it. Of course I can't find it. So we're just going to use another one. I actually double taped my white brush on here so I don't lose it. So we'll be doing that again. All right. So I'm going to go in with my wax. Hold on, guys. I'm going to move this out of my way so you guys can see. I'm going to go in the inside of where his eyes are and his nose. We're going to kind of highlight those areas first. And now that I've done that, I took this baby wipe out earlier. I'm going to just kind of wipe it down a little bit. So now you kind of see how I kind of did that. Probably needs a little more. Because it's going to come off anyways. But we're going to do the edges. I'm going to do his stem in the wax. And then we'll go ahead and wipe him down again. Now remember, I already put some white wax, so now I have some brown wax on him, some dark antique wax. And that's just going to kind of look him a little bit aged. Look him a little bit aged. What am I saying, you guys? You're funny. Hobby Lobby isn't having tariff issues. They have I know, right? That's where we're going to be this Christmas. That's true. Because they have better prices anyway, in my opinion anyway. Dollar Tree is kind of downhill. But I did go into Dollar General, and I did like what I saw there today. All right. I'm just going to kind of fill in his top here real quick. All right, so now he's looking a little bit aged. There. You guys like him? I think he's cool. You love my headband? I know, I love these. And I can't get this. I can't get fabric. I mean, I can get fabric. And honestly, Michael's has good cheap fabric compared to other places. But I can't just get the fabric that I'm used to anymore. You guys can play around with it too, with like a baby wipe and your wax. However you want it. But there is our kind of age. Now, we could go over this and antique this. I'm not going to do it because that's not how I want mine. But that's an option for you. All right. You guys, my husband wants to go to bed. He's going to have to start working a different schedule now. So, I'm not even going to... I was going to put some white wax on him, but I don't think I'm going to. I'll leave these off to the side just in case I change my mind. Because you guys know, we like to change our mind. Okay, let me move this. At least I have the floor to work with when I'm standing. Way better prices, yes. I agree. I agree. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and make my bow. So, I need to get some twine, which I'm going to actually use... We're going to use this too. This is way off. I can't find my black twine anywhere. We're going to use just that twine. Hold on, let me get myself here. Alright, and then I also have some of this from Dollar Tree. You can't find fabric at Michael's. Sandra, there's only... So I asked the manager about that, and the bigger stores have the fabric. But truthfully, the further away store from me has fabric, but it's one aisle. It's one aisle. But they have stuff that, you know, Hobby Lobby doesn't have. So you got to look at both. And they do have a lot of the licensed stuff. But honestly, I've been finding my stuff at thrift stores lately. Just saying. Okay, how do I want this? We're just going to go for it. Now, I don't need a big bow, so I'm going to cut these in half. These are from those, these black strips are from those Five Below rugs. So I'm going to do my little thing that I do, my little loop here. We're going to do it through this way. These are a little stretchy, so that'll help too. Okay. And you guys, this is like, I feel like this fabric was made for this. It's the exact same colors, and I absolutely love it. And it's vintage. Like, Sharon gave me this, and I was like, it happened to be on the top of my stash that I was going through this weekend when I was cleaning my craft room. Because who isn't doing that every weekend? And I was like, ooh, this works perfect. So I'm not trying to put a ton of it in there either, but I think 2 pieces are going to be good. And then I am going to add a little bit of orange that I have down here. I kind of like it when it's like tattered like that, you know? Okay. Do I still have some of you? I still have some of you. Yay. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of Excelsior right in here. I don't need a lot. It's probably a little too much. Hi, Rebecca. You will check the the bigger store has them. You can always call. Actually, you know what you could do? You could go online like you're ordering fabric, and it'll tell you what the store is. That it'll tell you if the store has it or not. And if the store has the fabric, then they have fabric. Okay. Oh, my neighbors are mowing the grass. It's got to be done in Florida. All right, this is probably even way too big, but that is okay. We can put it on an angle. So I'm going to put one more strip of the black. And because our pumpkin is going to kind of sit in front of the bow, I don't need to worry about like something in the middle. So let me do this. Tie it up really good. And then we're probably going to fluff it and trim it. Because it always needs trimmed. I even tried to use my little one, you guys. Silly. Okay. Sometimes when it'll be a little thicker when you put too much of that sisal in there, but it'll be all right. All right, so I'm going to take it down a notch to there. And then I'm going to take these. This is always like the uncomfortable part for me because it's like, oh my gosh, should I make that too big? I probably made it way too fluffy, but it's okay. You can twist it all around however you want. But like I said, I'm going to cut it down just a bit more. And you could always like bring your loops in so it makes your loops a little smaller too. I did learn that the other day when I was making a book charm. Like, I need to shorten this a little bit. Okay. And one here. All right. So there's our bow, our crazy bow. Pam Powers, how are you? Hi, Rebecca. Did I say hi to you? Robbie's still here. Pam, how are you doing, girl? I'm actually crafting something other than paper tonight. Can you guys believe it? I miss crafting regular stuff, but I always enjoy all of my crafts. You guys know that. Okay. So we're going to make a few of these on the inside. You guys know how I like to do these. Usually, well, we are going to glue this on, so I don't need this tail anymore. So I can cut this off. And once I look at it now, I'm going to cut that too. All right. So I'm going to cut this in half actually, because we're just doing small little things. So I'm going to bring these around, and these are just like that, the round wire. It'll just add a little something to it. And then wait till you see what we're doing with the frame. Okay. So now you can take your paintbrush, whatever you have. This is not wet yet. And I just kind of wrap it around like and you can do a skinnier. Let me do this other one. I'm going to use a Sharpie. That's a good one. And you just hold it and you just kind of just make a circle. You're hanging in there. When are you coming back to? When are you coming back to? Like I live there. When are you coming back to Arizona? I was trying to remember. Like, what the heck am I saying? I know your girls miss you. Sarah, how are you doing, girl? Man, I love seeing that picture of you in your little tutu and tiara. I saw that a while ago, though. So excited for you. All right, so I usually have my other paintbrush, but it's in the water. And you guys can always use your hands or whatever. All right, so now we're going to put our little pumpkin in here, and then we're going to glue that on. But before we do that, I want to show you what we are actually doing with this frame, with everything on it. Let me put this back, and this back. Okay. So if you have like, and like I said, this can be done with anything. It doesn't have to be Halloween. If you have like, oh, I wanted to use this too. All right, I'll add that later. Sorry guys, squirrel. If you have like a necklace or a brooch from your grandmother or something like that, and you want a fun way to display them, well, I've got you. Because what we are going to do is we are going to actually put some things in here. Back mid-October, that's going to be here before you know it, girl. Okay, so I brought some things out just to show you as example. I even got like these little buttons. And you can do a tag if you want, and I'll show you guys that here in a second because we got to add a little paper craft in there. So I bought these floral pins at the thrift store. I hope I forgot you don't go live. You don't live here. Oh, I forget you. You forget that I don't live there. I know. I need to go back. Like I said, me and Beth need a vacation house there. So I got these like little floral pins, and these are perfect for this type of thing because then you can just kind of stick them in there and they'll stay because you have, of course I say that now it's not going to happen, because you have that batting in there. Okay. So I'm just going to stick a few. Actually, I'm poking the poor kitty. I don't want to do that. All right, let me redo that one over, you guys. So I'm just going to put my little pins in here. Like if your grandmother had like a special pin or something, you could put them in there, whatever you wanted. Or if you have a special piece. Next, I'm going to go ahead and glue one of these on here as well. So I think we're going to cover that one. And I'm just using hot glue, but I would say maybe use a different type of glue, but we're just kind of winging it right now. And I'll show you why we did that here in just a second. That fabric should definitely stick though. And then I have these little charms. They're like little moons. You love this idea? They're like little moons. I bought these because I make like these little cute, like these cute witches. They're super cute, you guys. They're like wreaths, and I've posted them on my page. I've been making them for years, but I'm going to go ahead and take a few out. And we're gonna hang these on here. So if you have a special pin, or even if you have like a favorite earring that you lost the other one to, this is a great idea to kind of just keep that for the memory. Poor kitty. I know Sharon's watching me. There's Homie. Sharon's got this cute little black cat named Homie. She's so cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna put my safety pin in there. And you can do this with any type of material. You don't have to, this is just a cotton material, but you guys can use anything. Oh, you know what I did wrong? Hold on, you guys. Oh no, I did it right, because you can't put it on that side. Okay. I did it right. But you can hang your little pins from there. So I'm going to have this one hang over here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do like my little moon. And you can technically, let me see if this will do. No, can't. I wanted to hang it on this piece. I have my grandmother's pin tag from her days waitressing at Pizza Hut. How fun! No poking the kitty. I know Sharon and Pam are watching me. I better be careful. I better be careful. My sweet Bella's sleeping somewhere. She had her food and knocked herself out for a nap. And honestly, my husband's napping too. So she's 13 years old. Older than you are in cat years, right? So now you have that. And then I'm going to put one more of these little clips on here. Because I'm just showing you guys ideas. Let me see where I want this one. I got the... Okay. I'm going to glue that one there. And then, of course, you could always use one of your floral pins. It's pins or whatever you have, you know, you guys. And I'm going to put, I can put my charm on there or like an earring on the straight pin and put it in there. Okay, so there's that. So what I wanted to use for this, though, I should have put this one over here, but it's all right. So you can take like your bracelet or your necklaces and have them hang, or you can have them hanging off the pin, or whatever you have. If you have certain buttons, and you could even, like, say you have a little handwritten note. Here's another idea for you. I heard her asking for food in the voicemail. I know. It's like she's always asking for food. Isn't that right, Sandra? If you have like a handwritten note from somebody or like a tag, you can always put the tag there. And it's just kind of like a memory board, like, you know, something like that. Now, of course, you don't have to do a bow, and be careful because those pins will come through if you're using this frame. If you're using a thicker frame, it won't be too bad. You don't have to use a big bow. I am going to put a bow on here, though, because I just want it to look cute, and I want it to look different. And you can even put, like, some of the jewelry on the bow that you're going to put on there. It's really up to you, however you want to do it. All right, so let me do... What did I say? Oh, yeah, I wanted to put some of this in the bow. Let me do this first. I want to see how I want this. You guys, this little sprig was $1.25. I was with Beth from Craft Room Confessions. We found these at the Dollar Tree, and I had to grab them. It's just like a little sprig of something. Craft Room and Cat Creations. Hello. Hi, Carrie. Okay. I'm just going to... Yes, isn't it cute, Mom? You gotta be very careful. I just kind of ripped that, but it's fine. It'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just glue this little piece like up here, so it's kind of sticking out. And then you guys, you can pull elements out of whatever fabric you're using. I would say there's even feathers in here. So if you have like feathers, you know, those little flumes, I think that's what they're called. They're called flumes, right? I don't know. I'm guessing, you guys. I'm guessing. Let me go ahead and tuck this in here. When you kind of hold it together, you can kind of, you know, bring them out. I think it just kind of adds something. I think they're called flumes. I didn't make my things long enough, but that's all right. So then I'm going to kind of line this up where I want it and put my bow on. You guys, I was so excited to make this. I like couldn't sleep last night because I was like, oh, I can't wait to make this. I'm doing Fun Friday tomorrow. A vintage Halloween photo of you. That's so funny. I'm going to make this and put my grandma's things to display on it. Oh, that's such a sweet idea. And see, this is only like $1.25. And that's like whatever else you have, you know. You have enough stuff. And you guys, I don't know if you, this might not work for everybody, but you can even use like your loved one's clothes. Like if you have an old shirt or something, you can put that in the middle, or you can make your bow out of it. It's really up to you guys. Sky's the limit on this one. But I just thought this was a fun, cool piece. Now, again, you can hang this because we put the hang thing back on. You can hang that. Or if you did want to set it down, make sure you're glued right away. You can take something like an old block. Like I have this old block here, or Jenga blocks, and kind of have it sit it up straight like that. Yes, the vintage photos would look cute though, like a little one like that. Oh, that would be so cute. Here, I can show you an example. Hold on, I'm going to glue this in the back real quick because I can always take it off. Here, let me push this down. Look, I have this picture that I made with my last craft. That was your idea. I stole it. You didn't steal nothing, girl. Like I said, I actually got inspired. This idea came in my mind while watching Donna from Cypress Designs. Okay, so check this out. This is an old vintage photo. It is of Walt Disney, but we're going to just use this as an example. So you could go ahead and put, if you put these on there, these little push things. These, by the way, are Paper Studio at, which they'll go 40% off at Hobby Lobby. So, but I put that on there, and you can put like an old picture. Isn't that so sweet? Look, I'm not touching it. It stands up. You can use your Jenga blocks to kind of make that behind there if you wanted to. You love it? I'm so glad you, I love it too. So I was thinking, you guys, I mean, I don't think I'm going to, but you could definitely like do the frame up a certain way. But I just kind of like the way this looks. I think it's so genuine and so cute. I have a black and white photo of me at the age of 3 dressed in a bunny suit. That doesn't surprise me, Mom, at all. But yes, there you go. This is an idea for you for any holiday. You can even do this at Christmas time with like, a lot of us have like, you know, we have like seasonal jewelry and stuff. You could do this instead of the other. but I think it's just so sweet. You can even put, I mean, you can put anything you want on there. You can put buttons. You can even put like even my bracelets would go on here if you have bracelets. That's a cute photo of Walt. Did you see my little camera, Sandra, that I made? Of course here, these bracelets can get on here because I'm holding. This is the camera I made with Walt. We made this from a Dollar Tree Sippy camera. And I did that for, it's like, it's got some rusty wire from my bed spring back here, an old vintage button, and it's Walt and his wife Lillian. That one was a little bit of labor of love, just because there's a lot of cinnamon involved. But I did that on the live. All right, you guys, this is your Fun Friday. I hope you love the idea and you love the photo. I will probably not be live this weekend. If I do go live, it'll be very quietly on Sunday. But honestly, I'm going to start to work on some stuff and probably just record and maybe post some videos. I got really behind with my ATC card club, so I haven't been able to really do any extra things this week. Because they're, that's my priority right now, so they get their packages in time. If you missed it, these were the Rainbow Bright. Linda, I still have your cards up here. These are the Rainbow Bright cards that we made last night on ATC Thursday. So you guys can watch the replay on that, and I'll post that to YouTube. I still have to post a picture, but I'll post a picture and everything tomorrow. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.